Hey G, ready to do another art update? Sure you are. So I thought I'd kind of give a quick recap of what I worked on this week. A lot of the old stuff, of course. Nothing ever seems to be finished quickly. That's okay, I don't mind. Everything is an experiment. Here's this canvas, still working on. You can really get a good look at the sparkly crayon I used. Ooh. This kind of just started off some weird thing, and it's gonna end up being some weird thing, I don't know what. But, usually I paint here in the studio, right? And so I will take other pieces to the living room or kitchen and work on coloring them with markers and pens, crayon and stuff over there. So that's what I've been doing. Now I'm back in the studio trying to maybe do some painting touch up on this, but we'll see. Next piece, I went ahead and added the rest of the alphabet. You can see there's only gold under some of the layering. Put a little more green in her face. And I think this is almost ready for a coat of Mod Podge. Maybe. I still don't know. I never know when I'm finished. I mean, no, I'm getting better at it now, but it's like I'm too scared to say something's finished. Speaking of which, here's another piece like that. This turned out kind of cool. It's a mix of watercolor and really just watered down ink, screen printing ink, speedball preferably, because it's pretty affordable and kind of used to using it. And then there's some metallic aspects in here too. You'll see, kind of shiny. I don't know if I want to go to add more tone to this, but I kind of like this faded look, so still kind of working on that. Next piece, this awesome, wonderful piece over of the Mississippi Park. Here's the parking lot, there's the river, the train tracks, which there wasn't any train that day. Usually I draw on the train because it'll show up eventually. So I'm still, maybe I will. Today I'm gonna really add in some more blue watercolor for the river and something different. It's to kind of make this represent the sky better. And then more coloring over here, more depth, and gray to the parking lot, whatnot. So this is almost this. I more or less know what I want to do, so this should be finished shortly, a day or two. Here's another one of my favorite pieces I've been doing. I never finished with her face and her head, and I just kind of think like, see, when I painted this, you could see there's this line. It's because I think this string was underneath. It added like this texture for what I was painting it. This is intentional, but this wasn't. But I liked it so much that I think I just want to leave it, at least for now. I do want to finish this area here and give a light watercolor to the robe, and then kind of go from there. Maybe put some detail onto the cup. This also, I kind of know where I want to head, but this whole area is a mystery. This piece that I've been working on for months has pretty much been finished, except for the angel herself. I do know I need to go back in and make these more solid with the gold hair and the lines, but I kept painting and repainting over the face because the pen marks underneath just kept coming through. So now at this point, I don't even think I want to paint the face. I think it's going to be like some kind of ceramic mask. I do know that the dress is definitely going to have some kind of print, probably flowers, which is really why I started experimenting on this piece to know what I wanted to have on this. She also was supposed to have like a big wrap, like a samurai or komodo or something to that effect, that to come a waistband, more or less. But we will see on that. And I really wanted the wings to be fuller, so I don't know. Sorry for all the camera shake, by the way. But everything else I'm really happy about. You'll notice there's a different texture and a gloss to what is essentially the stained glass background. And again, that's the Mod Podge that I used, that I just kept layering and layering, and I really liked the way that turned out, especially in contrast with the dragon and the angel. So I like where that's going. At the end, this is all going to have thicker detail on the scales, I believe. The thing is, I don't know if I want to just do everything on a Mod Podge one last layer. Because this is thicker, it will still have a different texture and look to it. But with the Mod Podge, I'll have a slicker surface so that I can add a darker line. And you'll see here, where it's all kind of, it's not very solid. This is because this is directly to an untreated canvas material. So yeah, but I still like it. So let's finish up here. A couple of newer pieces. Here is the self-portrait. I tend to go back and forth in self-portraits. I put a lot into them. Media-wise, I take away. I make a mess. Self-portraits, more than anything, are the biggest, have always been the biggest opportunity for me to experiment. Because my face is the one thing I know the best when it comes to facial and just drawing, and I feel comfortable, and I can just do whatever, and I try not to overthink it. So this, well, like most things, like most of my pieces, last 5-6 years, have been about just getting comfortable with the media and the medium. So I liked it better before I add in some of these darker tones and more into the more ink. But like I said, this is probably not even close to what it's going to look like later. This is just a piece that I had cut, and like some of these other pieces, I just kind of, they're experimental pieces, right? Oh, this is from my nieces, so this I'll probably keep. But this side is just to test how certain ink or marker works on certain surfaces. This is when I was testing out the Mod Podge. Here I just kind of testing out the different stuff on this untreated material. Then I painted over something to make this outline. So eventually, I'm sure I'm gonna use this for something. Nothing gets wasted here. Everything gets used or reused. I mean, if you're not familiar with a lot of my older stuff, please go check out facebook.com/gallery Bengjie, Bengjie, and it'll show you a lot of my old stuff. Like this piece here, a lot of stuff I used to work on was just recycled cardboard or recycled packing material or signage for stores. And that was such a great way to learn, and for me to find new materials to use other than canvas, which now I feel comfortable going back and spending money on canvas, even though most of it's still just untreated, uncut canvas. Anyway, let's move on. Running out of time. So here is this piece I've been working on for months. Mostly, again, watercolor and watered down screen printing ink. And you can tell a difference where some of the shine comes through is paint that I mixed. Well, I guess you can't really see it too much here. Paint that I mixed with silver metallic paint. Well, whatever. And so I'm trying to make this piece just paint. As much watercolor as I can, but just paint. But it's a lot of fun. Just in case you're ever wondering, here's another piece of scrap. This was out of a frame, right? Just a backing. And so I use this as just like a palette, just like my actual palette, which is the back of a frame. Then I use the frame for something else later or whatever. Like I said, I try to keep as many materials on hand that I can reuse, but I have such a small workspace now. It's not a full room. The garage is still not quite the way I want it. As you can see, I have a step in here, and it's gotten more and more difficult for me to safely step into here on my own, which really takes away from my studio time. But we are working to remedy that. So anyway, that was a quick update on stuff I'm working on. You know, it's not to mention sketches and different things like that. Always doing. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff in the living room. But anyway, I just want to share stuff with you. Peace out, and thanks for watching. Say bye, G. Say bye, Giraffe. Whatever. Alright, peace out. Keep whatever. Insert slogan here.